I won't talk about it as much because I have mentioned it before. It took me by crazy surprise. Released in 2022, made in 2021, a game of this caliber being released in the previous few years has no business being this good, so to speak, right? You would expect it to be woke. You would expect it to just be like a lot of the other garbage new games they're dropping today, because video games are dead. I mean, it's just a dead medium, in terms of the crap quality they're giving us. Not all across the board. I know I bought Sound Engraver a Switch for Christmas, and I know a lot of people swear by a lot of the things delivered, released by Nintendo and whatnot. But this game really took me by surprise. I bought it. Actually, I asked for it for Christmas a few years ago, when we're 2022, whenever it came out. And I hadn't played it yet. And I don't know why I took the gamble on it. I think maybe the news, if I can remember correctly, I don't know, maybe the news hadn't quite dropped on how bad the Avengers game actually was. Of course, we still had hope that Spider-Man 2 might be decent. It's not, but we had hope that it might be decent at that point, because so much of the first one was good, even though they pushed a lot of crap with Mary Jane and Miles in it. But so I bought it, but then I never played it. Just never played it, and I got around to it this past year, and it just blew me away. So let me just recap it a little bit and say my little piece on it, and then maybe I'll put it out as a little recommendation video for those who don't know about this. But this video game is so good. They're not going to make a sequel. Something about the company Eidos. I can never pronounce that name right. Square Enix, of course, is there, but it doesn't follow the movie. Okay, so it's not like the Telltale game, which pretty much followed the movie. This is more the characters from the comics. Although I think it takes the best of the movie and the comics and kind of amalgamates them together, and it does a great job. So there's no Gamora Star-Lord love interest. That's not there. It's very much situated in the Marvel universe, because you can find files on like Richard Rider, the original Great Nova. You can find a lot of Easter eggs and links to other things in the Marvel universe, but it's set out in the Guardians of the Galaxy part of the universe with Nowhere and so forth. So it's not in the Nova Corps section. So it's not tied with Earth or the Avengers or anything like that. The voice acting is incredible. The graphics are incredible. It's gotten to the point now, I've been replaying it, and Sound Engraver's been watching it recently, because I played through it once and just blew my mind. So I've been trying to replay it, and Sound Engraver's been watching me play through it, and she's just blown away. In fact, she feels like it's just watching a movie. She doesn't even feel like I'm playing a game. It's just watching a movie to her. And I told her, because we both love those first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies so much. And I told her before she started watching me play this game, I said, this characterization of the Guardians is going to kind of replace how you think of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters in your mind. When you think Star-Lord, you're going to think this Star-Lord, not the one from the movie. And she was a little dubious about that, but she said, yeah, it's totally true. These characterizations are just, and not that, like I said, I love the first two films, but these characterizations just go so much deeper, and they're so much more personable. And you can spend more time with them in a game than, say, just a 2-hour movie. You sit and, the narrative has to just kind of move right through. You take breaks with this and spend more of your life on a video game. But you really delve into Peter's past. You delve into all of the team's past. You get the team coalescing as a family, which is a great dynamic. The movie's really, it was really mostly about Peter and his psychology, and you are playing Peter Quill in this game, but you really get a lot more of the other characters and their own unique pasts, and what baggage they're bringing to the team. And you get the family dynamic. I mean, you want to write a family well, play the Guardians of the Galaxy game. That is, talk about a family written so incredibly well, overcoming differences, and the gameplay's phenomenal. It's so much fun to play. Like I said, the character designs are great. If I had to make a critique of it, I think some of the bonuses, like the character costumes that you can unlock, all come from like the most recent comics, and they're not all that special. Every now and then there's an alternate costume that's kind of cool, like unlocking Peter Quill, or finding Peter Quill's costume that's still him as a boy with the mullet, the little 80s rocker as an adult. Yeah, that's fun to see or something, but I think they could have done a lot better with a lot of the alternate costumes, but that's nothing. That's like the only critique I can think of. Mantis is so much better in this game than she is in the film. And I liked her in the film fine, but man, this is like more of a comic book accurate Mantis, and such a great character. It's just wonderful. I can't recommend it enough. I've talked about it a lot before. I'll stop gushing about it now, but I just wanted to have my say about it and have its little spot in here when I'm talking about some of the great stories I've encountered this past year.